Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Let's just dive right in because today we are breaking down the anatomy of what's shaping up to be literally one of the most massive entertainment events in human history. We're not just talking about a standard video game release here. No, we're looking at the mechanics of a global cultural phenomenon, the historic launch of Grand Theft Auto 6. November 19, the day millions of gamers disappear from Earth. I mean, it sounds exactly like the opening hook of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But it's actually reality. On launch day, schools are going to get noticeably quieter, offices suddenly completely empty. We're going to explore the exact sequence of events that unfold when the world simply stops to play a game. Which brings us to a decade of hype and a really long wait since 2013. You really can't fully understand the sheer scale of this upcoming launch without first acknowledging the massive, unprecedented buildup. 2013. Think about that. That is the last time players got a new mainline GTA game. For over a decade, fans have essentially been surviving in an absolute desert of official information. Psychologically, this scarcity created a pressure cooker of anticipation. People got by day to day on endless rumors, totally fake leaks, and countless memes just to keep their hopes alive. And the journey has been exhausting, to say the least. We start back in 2013 when GTA 5 drops and completely shatters industry records. Then we drag through the years between. A solid decade where the internet essentially sustained itself on pure speculation and, let's be honest, total misinformation. And finally, that brings us to present day, where GTA 6 is actually a reality. 10 whole years of waiting has resulted in a level of hype that nothing else in the gaming industry, or honestly entertainment as a whole, has ever seen before. So, how do we handle surviving download day and the preload panic? Well, before anyone even gets to experience the game, a very real, very frantic phase of preparation kicks off the absolute second the preload goes live, worldwide. Have any of you experienced this? It's an incredibly relatable frustration. On one side, you have gamers suddenly treating their Wi-Fi like public enemy number one. You're aggressively deleting old screenshots to clear console storage, checking that download percentage literally every 10 seconds. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is completely oblivious to the intense digital panic happening in living rooms everywhere. The physical world is super calm, while a frantic battle for gigabytes rages on screens. Then comes the midnight launch. 0 hour. The digital countdown timers tick away their final seconds. All that frantic anticipation turns into explosive action. And then, millions press play at the exact same second. The sheer, overwhelming scale of this event is honestly mind-boggling. We are talking about a synchronized digital migration happening in unison across the entire globe. Server loads spiking to unprecedented levels because a massive percentage of the Earth's population all clicked the exact same button at once. Out in the physical world, things suddenly go completely silent. Group chats, dead. Friends instantly vanish from Discord. It's kind of like a digital rapture. The only message you're going to see in your feeds or text is, "See you next week." Everyone has collectively logged out of their real-world communication and plunged directly into the digital world of Vice City. Let's talk about those first hours in Vice City, the organized chaos. Now, you would think after a decade of waiting to find out what happens in the story, players would dive right into the main campaign, but no. First order of business, steal a bicycle. Then, naturally, you have to punch some random NPCs just to see how the new physics engine works. After that, obviously, you gotta test the police chases, try to drive every single car you can possibly find, and spend a solid 2 hours just wandering around exploring. People will actively ignore the very first, most basic mission marker just to run around and cause absolute chaos. And why do they do that? Because that's GTA. This franchise has always been defined by its open-world sandbox playstyle. The ultimate freedom to ignore the rules and just exist in a highly reactive digital environment is the core DNA of the entire experience. But outside the game, the internet explodes. It's the content avalanche. Within mere hours of the launch, a massive tidal wave of gameplay, discoveries, and reactions completely floods the internet. In just hours 1 through 3, YouTube is already filling up with secrets, and TikTok is blowing up with freshly discovered hidden Easter eggs. By hours 4 through 6, Reddit sleuths are aggressively uncovering deep mystery locations on the map. And by hours 7 and beyond, speedrunners are somehow already finishing complex missions, and modders are looking at the game's code, planning the impossible. It's a systematic, highly efficient dismantling of the game's secrets by different creator communities. Because of that frenzy,
every gaming creator suddenly becomes a GTA 6 channel. The entire streaming landscape shifts instantly. There are going to be live streams and reaction videos absolutely everywhere you look. You'll see top 100 secrets videos dropping in your recommended feed before you or, most regular people have even managed to finish chapter 1.
It truly becomes a cultural phenomenon. Let's look at the memes and the aftermath. Beyond the gameplay and the streaming records, the cultural footprint of this launch will really be defined by the memes that will inevitably and completely take over our social media feeds. Get ready to see, "Boss, I'm sick today." It's funny, right? But it genuinely highlights the real-world economic impacts of the launch. Productivity in the real world is for sure going to take a measurable dip because of this digital release. Or how about, "My girlfriend left me because of GTA 6. Worth it." It's a rapid-fire comedic exaggeration, but it perfectly illustrates the absolutely relentless, humorous dedication of this massive fan base. But let's ground all this humor back in reality for a second. This isn't just a game. It is one of the biggest entertainment launches ever, making gaming history. Whether you're spending your time exploring every inch of Vice City, meticulously completing missions, or just causing random chaos on a stolen bicycle, you're participating in a truly historic global event. Which leaves us with one final thought. If a single piece of media can effectively pause the real world for millions of people at exactly the same second, are we just playing a game or are we witnessing the future blueprint of global culture? So, are you playing on launch day? Drop your thoughts and your platform in the comments. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Stay excited.